Labreska, scourge of all dragonkind, she devoured the hearts of her kin, and thus reigned over the Golden Mountain. Long into her rule, and with all who would seek to challenge her slain, a flame appeared. Was this a trick of the gods, or a test? And so it was that Labreska came to possess the god-consuming flame, Yenix. She used this flame to challenge the authority of those gods. But she underestimated them. They tore from her body all wing and all limb, and wrought eternal winter upon Golden Mountain, so its name and glory would be forever lost. It was in this pitiful state that Labreska experienced her first death, laying herself to rest in the haven of slumbering origin. The flame nestled deep in her heart. But from Labreska's first death, 7 beings awoke, who, in the village below the mount, came to be known as the 7 Witches of Everfrost. Bronte, Witch of Thunder, she who rends the dragon's wings. Cahel, Witch of Blight, she who rots the dragon's claws. Sethra, Witch of Rifts, she who splits the dragon's scales. Lesha, Witch of Fever, she who drains the dragon's energy. Marsh, Witch of Swamps, she who binds the dragon's ankles. Owena, Witch of Ruin, she who collapses the dragon's airways. And last but not least, Arethia, Witch of Erasure, she who expunges all fear of dragons. Labreska, keeper of the Golden Mountain, even at the brink of death, bestowed upon us a gift. For from her death did these 7 witches arise, who used their mystical powers to protect us from the fearsome dragons. Many moons passed under their protection, but we knew the 7 witches would one day die and herald in an era of misfortune where we would have to fight the dragons ourselves. While its golden hue is now obfuscated by blanketed snow, may the sun reflecting off its frosty peak be an eternal reminder of Golden Mountain's glory. Sadly, that era of misfortune came sooner than expected, for fate is a cruel mistress, and she will not be denied. Arethia, the Witch of Erasure, fell in love with the human Silver Frond, and in doing so, neglected her sworn duty. The 6 witches recanted the wisdom and blessings they had bestowed upon Silver Frond, then slew Arethia with Labreska's fang. The once forgotten fear of dragons resurfaced, suffocating the humans who trembled in fear at this apparent curse wrought by the 6 witches. Play with the flames of love, and you will be burned. Grief-stricken and fearing for his life, Silverfrond made his way to Orzeka, seeking the god that grants all wishes. The god told Silverfrond that he must retrieve the Yenix, the holy flame still in the embrace of the dead golden dragon, if his wish is to be granted. So Silverfrond ascended the mountain of eternal winter, only to find Labresca alive, living her second life. There, he learned of the Phoenix's true might, that it has the power to consume gods, and realized that he had been deceived by the wish-granting god. Can fate ever be denied? For just as he had with Arethia, when Silverfrond's eyes fell upon Labresca in that fateful encounter, he fell blindly in love with her. And Labresca, who clung to life just barely thanks to the Phoenix, found comfort in the lonely human before her. And the mountain of eternal winter soon saw a warmer winter unfold. But then, the Knights of Dawn arrived, seeking to bring an end to the God of Wishes. They persuaded Silverfrond to carry the Phoenix to him. I vow to return, for I know this flame is your life, promised Silverfrond to Labresca as he set off. The 6 witches had no choice but to allow Silverfrond to leave for Ozeka with the Phoenix, for the golden dragon Labresca had granted it. But no sooner had he left, a deathly winter descended upon the mountain. It seemed that Labresca's second life had come with a price. For something dwelt inside her. Something that the Phoenix had kept at bay. But with the Phoenix gone, it now consumed her from within. It felt as though an eternity had passed, but still Silverfrond had not returned. In time, Labresca's eyes grew dim, and her memories faded like dreams. Eventually, the small sliver of hope she clung to evaporated, and with it a great calamity befell the mountain of eternal winter. There are no witches to protect us now. It is now up to us to defend ourselves against the dragons, proclaimed the one now known as the Great Founder. I have many more a tale to tell, but the beauty of adventuring is finding them for yourself, no? Not to mention, there's someone waiting for you outside. Stop by again sometime. The City of Origin is always open.